Hey, what's up, guys? My name's Jessica. I'm a full service independent escort from Brisbane, Australia. I'm also the host of the Latex Files podcast, and I create content on TikTok and Instagram. Today, before I get into the topic, which is all about giving you a little bit of an insight, it's a quick video, a little bit of an insight on what an escort has to do to, keep herself presentable and ready, and some of the hidden costs, that go into that. But before I do, I just want to apologize for the video and audio quality. I've had to go back just to recording off my iPhone and using my little microphone here because I lost my camera. I lost it after only maybe like 6 months or so, maybe 8 months of owning it. My DJI camera, I don't know how I've done that, but I've lost it. So it's just going to be like this for a little bit. Okay, so one of the sort of perpetual comments that I seem to receive on my social media, and I see a lot of other workers in the industry receive, is, well, you're just an escort, you're just an SW. All you do is, like, guys come to you, you lay back and spread your legs. And look, that's so wrong and so incorrect on so many levels, including, not to mention that, like, I'm sorry for them if that's the type of smex they're having. Like, maybe they haven't had enthusiastic women in the bedroom and it might be a skill issue on their part, which is why the woman doesn't want to do it, like, display any level of like skill. They just want to lay there and have it over with. But hey, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what goes into preparing for a booking. And I'm going to talk just more about the presentation side. General presentation. How do I keep myself looking kind of like I do? I do not roll out of bed looking like this. Okay, so what happens? First off, most days I get up and go work out. So you've got your gym membership cost as well. I might go for a run. I might do a spin bike. I might do weight training. I'm typically in the gym or doing some level of exercise, I would say between 5 to 6 days per week. We're not allowed to really slack on upkeeping our health and fitness because we can't put on a whole lot of weight to where we're different to our photos. We can't lose a whole lot of weight as to we're different to our photos because clients would turn up and be disappointed, or they might leave, or we get a bad reputation for ourselves in the industry. So we absolutely, reputable worker wants to ensure that her body is looking nice, just like her photos. And of course, if that means that she's marketing herself as a bigger woman, like not gym fit type of woman, that's fine. It also works the other way. Okay, so she lost a whole lot of weight. That could, and I've heard of that, upsetting clients when they turn up and they go, oh, you aren't as like a BBW like I wanted. Next thing right off the bat is fake tan. As we're getting into the summer months in Brisbane with the amount of exercise I do, I find myself having to apply fake tan. I just use the mousse every 2 or 3 nights. Okay. Sometimes if I'm touring, I try to stretch it to 3 nights when I'm at home. Sometimes when I'm touring, I have to put it on every night. If I have like 4 or 5 clients that day, I have to just reapply a really thin coat because the amount of showers I've had, it's gone. It's off the skin. Some ladies get spray tans. Moisturizer is also another thing. We're always moisturizing our skin. Hair removal, including shaving and laser. I shave my legs every single day of my life, okay? I get laser hair removal under my arms and in my downstairs as well. And then as it's going back before my next laser appointment, I just top it up if I need to with like a quick shave. But if you want to be smooth, nice, whatever, you're going to have probably laser so you don't have those like bumps. And what's that going to set you back? Underarms and downstairs is, in terms of the laser, it's going to set you back maybe $40 or $50 a session, and maintenance sessions, you're probably looking at one every couple of months. Next cab off the rank, I'm talking about nails, manicures and pedicures. Look, of course, you don't have to get these things done, but I think it makes all the difference. I think if you put a woman next to another woman, one does personal upkeep and looks quite feminine, the other one does nothing. Guys can tell us all they want that they don't need women to do that. but they're always going to choose the woman who's got it done. Like, I'm sorry to tell you, that's how it is. So manicures and pedicures, I get my acrylic infills and my pedicure done every couple of weeks. And that is a cost of just $100, but still you're sitting there for a couple of hours. Next thing I want to mention is hair. Some of us have more hair than others, but I would say majority of workers, I look at if they've got a thick, luscious, head of hair, unless they are a woman of color, where that is like typical. If they are a skin tone like me, I can just about guarantee that they've got some form of hair extension in their head if their hair's long like this, because once it gets to these lengths, the thickness is not there. So if you're looking at a woman with this skin tone, this length hair, and it's nice and thick and wavy and beautiful, chances are she's got hair extensions, and they cost a bomb. I'm probably spending about $5,000 a year just on my hair, and I don't really go that often, and I probably only get color treatment maybe 3 times a year. And then styling it and everything takes time. I can get away with it pretty quickly. If I've had to wash it and style it, I'm looking at maybe a half an hour, 40-minute job. I'm pretty quick though. I think that's pretty quick. I can probably get away with less. If I'm just getting up and I don't have to wash it, I can get away with like a 20-minute quick sort of recurl. Okay, next thing we've got is eyelash extensions, eyebrows, eyelash tints, etc. I don't get eyelash extensions or tints or anything like that. I've thought about it, and I think maybe that might be a next beauty treatment that I might want to invest in. You're probably going to have to go, I would say, I think maybe every 3 weeks or something. I think it's pretty often. And again, that sets you back maybe like $100, $150, something like that would be my best guess. Like, I don't really know. Eyebrows, you typically have to go for like professional like appointments. I don't, because I just pluck mine. I'm very lucky. I'm very fair and very sparsely haired, but I do have the tattoo. So the tattoo at the time, whatever that was, however many hundreds of dollars. It's very common for ladies, particularly of my skin tone, to have lip filler. Even if you're looking at a pair of lips and you think she doesn't have lip filler, chances are, boys, she's got lip filler. I get about $1 mil once a year. That's all I really get. And that comes at a cost of, I think, maybe $500 or $600. You will find also a lot of ladies are getting Botox treatment. So to get rid of wrinkles and things. You can tell I don't have Botox because when I go like that, you can see all my lines, okay? I don't really care. I like to age just how it's going to go with the wrinkles. I'm not as bothered at the moment. I might get a forehead lift sometime in the future. I mean, however many hundreds of dollars you want to spend to get your Botox, that's what you get. The one Botox treatment I do get is actually a muscle relaxer in my jaw, which I probably get now, I would say I stretch it out to maybe once a year at this point, and that sets me back about $600. And that one is to stop me grinding my teeth at night. And then followed by teeth. So teeth whitening and treatments. Look, I just do at-home trays every so often, but absolutely it is very common for ladies to be going in for like Zoom whitening sessions and things. You can really tell, like, if she's got a dazzling white smile, not like me, and like mine are a bit, how you going, a bit ordinary, then chances are she's going for professional whitening, and that costs a lot. It really, that inch hair professional whitening with your dentist, it costs a lot of money. Next thing I want to talk about is makeup. So every makeup product that you buy costs a lot of money. Like an eyeshadow palette is going to be, a regular sort of eyeshadow palette is going to be setting you back like $100. Like an eyeliner pen or something, you're looking at $60 to $70, like something decent, you know what I mean? Foundation's kind of similar these days. We need kind of more professional grade makeup products when we're working as SWs, because they're absolutely more long wearing, and they look better. They look way more professional. And then in terms of getting your makeup on your face, different people, you know, approach things more quickly than others. I can typically get, like, this type of makeup that I've done today was maybe about a 20-minute job. I can get mine done pretty quickly if I need to. If I'm doing more like, you know, eyeliner, more intricate sort of eyeliner, you might get up there at about the half an hour to 40-minute mark. So yeah, it's definitely just not a case of like we can wake up and just look like this. Like with just hair and makeup alone, you're looking at an hour. Next thing I want to talk to you about is skincare. So yes, we have our day creams and our night creams, and some ladies go so far as using like vitamin C and retinols, whatever, that know a lot more about skincare than I do. Look, I don't. I just use a reputable kind of day cream and night cream for my skin on my face. It's not the best. I probably should do a whole lot more and get into a whole lot more like prescription things now that I'm aging a bit, but I just haven't. I'm a bit lazy. And those things cost an absolute bomb. Just go into like Mecca website and look at all of the, facial moisturizing creams, like day and night creams and the topical different ointments, the vitamin C's and whatever. Hundreds of dollars, like I'm talking hundreds of dollars, and they don't last that long. They do that, the reputable ones kind of do their job. They do make a difference. But yeah, oh my gosh, they cost an absolute bomb. The pink tax is real, guys. The pink tax is real. Next thing I want to talk about is perfumes. We often have the perfumes, the ones that we like do often cost a little bit more. I personally, you could ask me for recommendations for perfumes that I particularly like. And yeah, some of them are absolutely on the little bit more of an expensive side, like a good one, $200, $300, $400, $500. There are even more, some of them. We like to keep ourselves smelling nice, obviously. Shampoos, soaps, and all of those types of things, there is absolutely a pink tax on them. All my shampoos and stuff, like the good ones, salon quality, I buy them at the salon. They're the ones that work with hair extensions the best as well. They cost a lot of money. Other things we might like to do as well, some ladies get facial treatments. I've never had a facial treatment once in my life. I probably should go to see what all the rage is, and I kind of like the idea of someone like massaging my face. Like, I don't think I've ever had anyone do that. I kind of, now that I'm thinking about it, kind of like the idea. And massages as well. Sometimes we do need massages for our body. I know for me, particularly if I've worked a lot, a massage is absolutely most welcome. So look, I hope this gives you a little bit of an insight that being an escort in terms of the preparation of your physical appearance isn't just a cakewalk. We don't just get out of bed and like put on an outfit and then greet our clients and lay back and they do the wham bam thank you ma'am on us. Like, it actually takes quite a lot of effort to even look. You might think I'm ugly. Well, it takes a lot of effort to look as ugly as I do. And for anyone sitting there saying, oh, we don't need all that. The guys don't need all the makeup and the presentation and the nails and the hair and everything like that. Well, that's actually provably incorrect. There was a Harvard study. If you just Google Harvard study makeup, you will see that they actually did a reputable, like peer-reviewed, reputable survey study on women in the workplace. If you wear makeup, you are taken as more professional, more serious. People have a better impression of you, like just every marker, and also they earn more. So if you want to earn more as a woman and you are in any sort of workplace, put on makeup, because it is seen again as polished, professional, etc., etc. That is why even in corporate environments, when I was working hard, whatever, it would be extremely rare, exceptionally rare for me to come into work with my hair and makeup not done. It was pretty much like just a given that I was going to always be turned up, well presented, looking like I'm ready to work. I've got my makeup on. And there's not only a tax on that in terms of the cost, direct cost, financial, but there is a tax in terms of your sleep time and rest time. If you're laying next to your boyfriend, you both work the same job, your like alarm is going to go a good 45 minutes to an hour earlier than him if you want to do your hair and makeup as a woman every single day. You're losing life essentially in order to be on like an even playing field with the boys. So like, I'm not trying to be, get on my feminist little soapbox here, but just to let you know that it is quite a lot of effort. So it is absolutely one reason why, in my view, escorts are absolutely deserving of what they get paid. And it's why, our job shouldn't be regarded as some sort of cakewalk that we just wake up all pretty and we're good to go and we just earn all this money, because it is absolutely not like that. So look, let me know what you think down in the comments. Again, my name's Jessica J. I am a Googleable person. I'll leave my Buy Me a Coffee link down below as well. Check out my podcast if you want. Try to find me on socials. Try to find me on the booking websites if you want to. But yeah, That's all I have to say on that. Thank you so much for watching. Cheers, guys.